We
Yeah,
always
here we go.
rusty. Yeah, but
What's
it's
up?
cool though. We back. What's going on, people? Um, I'm glad to see y'all, man. It's been a while, man, since we've been up here. But I'm glad, to holler at my
Hold
brothers,
up.
talk some sports, man, because it's getting right now. It's
Hold
almost
up.
time, man.
I think that's me. Rodney, can you hear
Yes, sir.
us? Okay, go ahead.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we're good. That was my
Right.
mistake, but we should be good.
Okay. We good now? People
Yeah,
can hear us?
yeah, yeah. Take us in again. We good.
Okay. Well, look, we back. We're running a little late. We glad y'all here. We waited for us. And we about to just have a show, man. It's about to be about the way too early list. And we're gonna talk about some guys that's probably gonna be ranked a little high in our list. So we can just talk about it. We gonna discuss it like we always do.
Yes, sir. So it's been a minute, but there's a lot happening in fantasy football and NFL news. So let's jump in. Well, first, just an update in what's been new with you. How things going on your end? While I try to work out some
I've been
stuff.
good. Um, the usual, man. Just working, taking care of the family. Just the basic
Right?
stuff. Nothing too crazy. My life don't change, man. You know that's about it, man. Nothing crazy. Just waiting for this good season to start. Oh, I do want to say this. Um, I'm in the basketball playoffs, and I got a bye in both leagues. So, hey, it looks good. I might win some chips in the basketball league this year. We'll see though.
Okay, so good to hear. We are, as our producer and I, we're in the middle of fantasy foot, fantasy hockey season, getting close to the playoffs. I, in the one league in particular, have been the highest scorer the whole season, but yet I'm in fourth place because I keep losing to people. Producer, man, let's test your video out and see how you're doing in yours.
I'm number three, surprisingly. I don't know how it happens. I keep losing hockey players left and right. Especially after the Olympics, because apparently I had players that participated and they getting hurt left and right. During, now, after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For those that don't know, the injuries can play an even bigger part, I feel, in fantasy hockey than it does in fantasy football. Hopefully, my volume is a bit higher than it was before. But the IR, they do IR a bit differently
oh
in
my goodness,
hockey
IR
than they do
sucks.
IR
Because
in
they have to be
yeah,
completely in IR. They can't, if they're
yeah.
out, you can't put them in IR.
There are no exceptions for the IR rule when it comes to
Really?
hockey. Like if you're just out, that sucks to be you. If your players anything other than strictly IR, you are not getting any love. But it's going well. So hopefully we can make some championships for you in basketball, for us in hockey. Welcome to the show. I see Catherine Bracey, Carla Blackman, and Orlando Lewis all up in there. I sound fine, but the sound needs some work. I still sound far away, so we'll
Yeah,
hopefully
you.
get.
I sound all right. You still sound like you are
That's
in
odd that
a
you
pool.
sound good and I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll let y'all take over talking about there's been a whole lot of news in fantasy football recently. So let's talk about. Hey, Nita, I see you out there, even though you probably can't hear me fully. A lot of stuff happening in fantasy football and free agency. So, Rodney, uh, tell us a little bit about that while I try to work out this issue.
So let's talk about some news. We got some NFL news, definitely. We got a couple of guys that have signed that we have traded. Um, Waddle is the most recent trade that has happened over the last couple of days. He's got traded to the Denver Broncos, which I think honestly is a great pickup for them because they didn't have. Courtland Sutton is a great receiver. Don't get me wrong, but Courtland Sutton also needs some help on the other side. So I think that makes Bo Nix a very good play this year in fantasy. If you can grab him now, we're going to go over this way too early list because it's way too early, and we'll see if he makes this list because it's a hard list to make when you're thinking about guys that your
Right.
top 10 that's going to go early like that. So if Bo Nix make the list because of this move, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. But I do like the move though, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that though. Honestly, we'll get to that move. But also, I just don't understand what the Dolphins are doing in that situation with signing Malik Willis to that. I ain't gonna say a big deal, but a big enough deal for him to not provide him with any type of weapon. I don't understand that, to be honest with
Yeah, let's see if this is better. But yeah, the Malik Willis to give him
Ooh,
it's,
no, it's not.
as far as quarterbacks, no, it's still not. All right,
Yeah,
keep
no.
talking, Rodney.
As far as that, I just don't. To me, I just feel like for a guy that's unproven with in 6 games, and for a guy that really can't throw the football like that much, because if you go back and you watch the Packers game when he did come in the game, they threw the ball. I mean, they ran the ball quite a bit. Honestly, they ran the ball maybe 35 times a game, and to me, I think that's not saying he's a reliable quarterback. So I think they're making mistakes. Honestly, I just would have kind of rolled with Tua for this last year, and then I would have kind of sent him back in next year. That way, because the draft is well, quarterbacks are better next year than it is this year. You don't really have any good quarterbacks in this draft, so it's like you're picking from like not a good bunch of quarterbacks. To be real with you. So at the end of the day, I think it's a bad move. They say they're not going to trade A Chain though, to be honest. So I think that's a good move. At least you get to keep somebody back there in order to have him success because A Chain is really good out the backfield. So I think that's a plus to keep him around. But yeah, we're gonna move on to another one. They did. So we're gonna talk about the Cosby trade. The Cosby trade it happened, but it didn't happen. And when Jay come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that because he is a Raiders fan, so he kind of understands what's going on. But they saying that he felt the physical, and they rescinded the trade back, which I don't know if he was really hurt. I think he's coming off an injury, but evidently teams do their homework on these guys to see if these guys are healthy enough to be traded. And I still would have did a trade personally, but I just would have found something. I would have found a way to make it work because they say he's going to be. I think he's recovering from meniscus injury, if I'm not mistaken. So, but definitely the Raiders.
Yeah.
They say he want to be a Raider for life. So definitely that's a good thing for them.
All right. Seventh time maybe is a charm. Cause
Much better. You
right,
need to turn yourself down.
yeah, because I was like
Yeah.
my joint is super peaking right now. All right.
Chill
So
out.
I'm back in the audience again. So let me just do in a couple of welcomes since I've been gone. Tamara Jones, hey, you're welcome to get in this conversation. And apparently, Rod, I don't know if you saw that, but they will destroy you in any debate. I don't know why they're talking about LeBron versus Jordan. This is a fantasy football show, but I'm going to let you do that. And welcome, Lords Bracy. And yes, we do our homework. We may not do all of our audio homework and video screen, but we eventually get things right to being around. But I see a couple of things to mention, like Brock Purdy and Mike Evans talking about Tamra Jones, and there are two players I want to talk about. But first, let me say the Ravens are some suckers because they know that trade was good. They know my man just had surgery. He is completely fine. but they basically saw the opportunity of what they would lose with those 2 first round draft picks and say, okay, let me pivot and do something else. But it's all right because the Raiders are gonna be fine. The Raiders are gonna rock it. We won't match Crosby, so I ain't even mad at them backing out of the trade. Even though apparently I'm invisible, but we gonna get everything going just
you
right.
pop back in.
Eventually. Like I said, we working.
I don't know you didn't.
We had a bunch of problems in the past, so we switched our streaming service a bit, and so this is the first night of going to something we figure will work a little bit. So we got a couple of kinks we got to work out, but hey, stuff happens. As I see the Supreme Uncle talking about.
Yeah, just fix that volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the volume a little high.
Still high?
Yeah, very high.
All right. Hopefully getting better as I'm talking. But anyway.
Oh no, I think
Yeah.
I don't think the Ravens. I think they did their homework obviously on the injury, but correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it was a meniscus injury.
Yeah.
And the way that injury works is it could be a 4-week injury or it could be a year injury. It just depends on what type of surgery they do on it. So maybe they were looking at that and they were saying he may sit out some time or something. Honestly, don't know. I just think it would have been great for the Ravens to have him, but they turned around and gave
Trey Hendrickson
$100 and something $million.
Yeah, I forget what this 112 or 120 something in that ballpark.
I think it was 112.
Yeah,
it might have been 112. But we'll see what happens though. He a Raider for now, and obviously you happy about it, so that's all that matters, right?
That's all that matters. And no, this is not. Okay, this is definitely not an issue of artificial intelligence. I'm giving the Raiders love because every offseason I try my best to be a little bit hopeful, even though the Raiders do me dirty literally every year. Offseason is look, as a Raiders fan, offseason is all I got. The regular season is terrible religiously. So I make the most of these off seasons. So by the time September comes around, you probably won't hear me giving out as much love as I give between March and mid-August. So
don't worry about it. He won't get that love. Don't even worry about it. He won't. He gonna look. One thing about it, he rides for his team. We all ride for our team, which is fine. We get mad at our team sometimes, but he'll talk great about it when they start losing. He's gonna be looking for a way to try to get a new pick. So it's cool though. I like it. It's cool. We early,
so we gonna get this. Oh, I've been told to change my team.
He ain't gonna do it. We don't do that.
Hey, I've been in this too long.
Yes, you can. You could change teams or quit teams. Yes, you can.
We're talking 36, roughly, years of Raider fandom. So I'm in too deep. There's no hope for me. I'm telling everybody else, save yourselves. I'm done. So I'm toast no matter what. So I'm just gonna root for my team. But the people are here for the people are here for the 2 early picks. So let's try to get it started a little bit. We did not have time to work out a list together, so y'all are gonna see how the sausage gets made. We both started looking at who we want to be in our top. We're gonna try to do a top 10 for each position: quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Maybe we get through it all tonight. We'll see how it goes. We're going to get as far as we can get, but we're going to start with quarterbacks. And
hold on, I want to ask the question now.
You want to ask the question?
Because the audience need to know: is this a PPR list? Is this a standard list? Or is this a half PPR list?
Well,
or we just doing whatever.
In my opinion, this is I play PPR and all mine, so it's probably more so PPR. but I
Okay.
think you can probably use most of this no matter which one you're in. Then you maybe adjust up. The good thing is right now we're still way too early. We're just giving out some suggestions of guys. Probably closer to the season, we can refine it a little bit if we want to
Okay.
hit specifics on. But this is a general list, but probably more so based off PPR because that's what both of us play
Gotcha.
more so than
I can dig
anything
it.
else. So
So now, do you wanna start this? Okay, we can go one for one. So you give me one, I give you one, and then, or you just want to go down the list. How you want to do this?
let's just start with the top of the list. It was only 10
Okay.
names, so who do you got as your one?
As my one this year going into fantasy football. Now, mind you, this is too early. My mind could change later on down the line,
You
so
are
don't hold me
not
to
being
this.
held to this.
Please don't hold me to this. But I'm going to go Dak Prescott as my number one quarterback this year. Hear me out now. Hear me
Okay.
out. Dak has a 1A and a 1A on his team receivers. And if you look at what both of them did last year, Pickens did work, CD did work, and they brought back their running back. And really, the offense did its thing. It's the defense that wasn't really doing its thing, so they was on the field quite a bit. So if you're playing fantasy football from an offensive standpoint, Dak Prescott is the one you really need as your quarterback. So I'm gonna go Dak Prescott as number one.
That might be the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Now,
Okay,
I will say I have Dak Prescott high on my list.
I got him at
Uh,
number one.
and I say here's something in favor of Dak Prescott.
Okay,
My man threw the ball 600 times this past year.
that's a lot in fantasy. That's a lot.
He threw for over 4,500 yards. Like you said, you have those two wide receivers. So I have Dak Prescott very high on my list. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna get criticized for where I have Dak Prescott. But
Okay,
for the number one spot for me, I'm looking at a combination of things. I need somebody who one slings the ball, and Dak Prescott definitely fits that
yes, he
mold
does.
because they're gonna throw. And I think much like last year, they're gonna be struggling because the Cowboys were not very good. They were losing a lot of games, and they had to throw. I think that repeats itself this year. But in addition to that, I want to have somebody with some legs. I'm not really big. I think sometimes the somebody a rushing quarterback or a mobile quarterback sometimes gets overplayed in fantasy. Where you
Okay,
see guys a couple of years ago, for instance, people were really high on Justin Fields because he was such an elite rusher. I like a balance. I want somebody who can threaten you with rushing, but doesn't necessarily have to lead the league in rushing. Even though
okay,
the person I'm about to say did lead all quarterbacks in rushing, but what I like most about him is he gives you rushing touchdowns to go with his passing touchdowns. Because his passing touchdowns were actually less impressive than I was expecting. I'm talking about Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, who got a brand new toy going into this season at wide receiver. Josh Allen was the number one quarterback in most leagues last year. I think he repeats that because even though he got new weapons to mess with, and we saw them have the actual emergence of a running game, everything still runs through Josh Allen in that offense. And so, until further notice, I'm gonna keep him as my number one. Uh,
question there because me and you are brothers, and I consider you a super veteran of fantasy football. I need you to explain the term PPR to people. What does that
PPR.
mean?
PPR just means your points per reception.
Okay,
That's really
hold
beneficial.
that thought there.
Okay.
Hold that thought. So when you say points per reception, that means the quarterback has to throw the ball. What is the minimum of throws a quarterback should throw a game for you in the PPR league for you to
All
be
right.
successful? 35 to 40 times a game?
Well, let's make something clear because and this is important that you bring this up because scoring
Okay.
is different. PPR by definition will only apply for like your running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends. You can also have points per completion for your
Hmm.
quarterbacks. And usually, if you do one, you do both. But there are some people who will give the points to the running backs and the wide receivers, but still punish the quarterbacks without giving them that kind of at points for how many passes you throw.
Okay.
But the guys I'm looking at for fantasy football have to throw the ball at least 500 times. Well, maybe not at least, but that's sort of a minimum. Maybe I set up for like somebody in the 400s, depending on what else they're bringing to the table. But if you don't have 500 attempts over the course of a season, so that's about what 30 roughly times a game, a little bit plus or minus a few. So I'm looking for something 25 minimum, 35 tosses a game, because if you're throwing the ball that much, hopefully you're good enough that you're completing those passes at least 60 something percent of the time, and that ensures me that you're going to be getting enough yards at the end of the season for my fantasy football. How many times? Now Dak is probably going to give you many more than that. What are you looking for?
That's the point I make. The point I make is because now you got to think about, and I love Josh Allen. I have him on this list now, but I just think I base everything off of what I play in, and that's just natural for me. But I just think at the end of the day, points per completion matters. So if you're throwing the ball 600 times a year, and just say you're getting 500 completions, right? Just throw a number out there. Think about the points, because from a point scale, most leagues do either a point, a half a point, or a whole point per completion. So let's say the league does a point. So if they have 30 completions, that's 30 points for that one quarterback. And even we're not even talking about yards or touchdowns or things of that nature. I'm just saying, so that's the way I look at it when you're asking me, okay, I need somebody that's going to throw the ball at least 35 times a game. And that's, for me, minimum is 30 for me to be successful and win.
Mm-hmm.
For Josh Allen, he may throw 25 times, but for your point, Josh Allen may actually run the ball and get you that extra 80, 90 yards on the ground, maybe a couple touchdowns, and that equals out what his value is as a quarterback as far as that won't run as much.
For instance, I said I want like around 500. Josh Allen did not meet the 500 criteria. He was only at 460 attempts over the year, but he had the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns, which is the most important. And that's, again, something I think gets overlooked. People look for the rushing yards that a quarterback can give. I'm more concerned with a rushing touchdown, which is why I have another guy that's going to be in my top 10 who may not give me the yards, but he give me the touchdown. So, all right, you're one with Dak. Who you got for your 2 quarterback?
I'm going to go, I got to put an asterisk by this guy's name, only because he tends to get injured a lot. But I'm going to go Joe Burrow at 2. Again, same situation as Dak. Defense sucks. They always on the field. He got a 1A, and I don't know if you want to call Higgins a 1B or 1A, but I would say a 1.
He's a 1B.
1B, something like that. So just say but he has a steady 1A and a steady 1B, and they always gonna get their targets. They gonna get their catches. They gonna get their yards. So I think when you think of the only thing that scares me is the fact that he gets hurt. Other than that, if he plays a full season, you're guaranteed 46 to 5,000 yards from Joe Burrow. And that's a guarantee.
Yeah. Now, I don't always count injuries in players' assessments, and I didn't completely rule it, but I did lower Joe Burrow. I would have Joe Burrow probably higher on my list if it weren't for this injury history, and he has one of the worst injury histories of all times. But my number 2 guy also has a bit of an injury history. He's been better in recent years, and he's going to give me the rushing yards that people want if he plays the whole season, which he did not last year. I'm going Lamar Jackson having a bounce-back season. He did not play enough games to – I think he played, was it 9 games last season? So his numbers are a bit skewed. But he still managed to throw 21 touchdowns playing like half a season. So if you double that assuming he plays. This guy has been an MVP candidate every full season he's played over the last 3 years. And I think Lamar Jackson is going to bounce back. So hopefully for both of us, the injury bug doesn't hit these two quarterbacks. Because if Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson are healthy, they're easily two of the best quarterbacks in the league. So that's my two. Who you got?
I would agree with you on Lamar. And the biggest thing with Lamar is Lamar has chunk games. When I say chunk games, he'll have a game where he got 5 touchdowns, but he may only throw for 225 yards. But those touchdowns are short yardage touchdowns, but all that counts at the end of the day. Lamar brings the running aspect to that. So I will give you that. And Lamar works in, as far as the standard league, he's beautiful in the standard league because of the fact that he would kill you in the standard league because of the running that he does. In a passing league, he is
careful.
No. Because it's only 1 year he did 4,000. Come on now,
Okay.
let's be truthful now. He only did 4,000 1 year, but most of the time Lamar's doing 35, minimum 35 or something like that. But he always get about 12.
Yeah, but I take that as a minimum if you're gonna give me 6, 7, 800 yards rushing. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I give you that. I'm just saying. I'm not mad at that. I just feel like he's up there, and a lot of people do overlook him across these other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think that is still, honestly. Now, I would say I have never had Lamar in fantasy that I can remember. So, because of the league we play in is more of a throwing league.
Two of the leagues. Not all of the leagues are that way.
All the leagues I play in except one is the throwing.
Dynasty league is not that.
That's what I say. All of them except one. Dynasty
and the SMFL isn't that either. It's not on the level of. It's closer to what you're talking about than the Dynasty league.
But I like the Lamar thing. I do like Lamar there. So I'm not mad at that. I mean, people like Lamar. So to each his own. Definitely.
I think Tamara Jones wants to be in on this.
That's my brother, by the way.
Your brother.
That's my brother.
They got journalism experience. Hey, put in your CV. I'm on board.
Hey, look, it works for me. We'll see. I'm gonna go with my third one, right? And you might not agree with this one.
I probably won't.
I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford as my third. Because he has, if you ask me who is the top receiver in the game right now, it's only a few names, and that's Puka, JSN. You can throw out there Chase, Jefferson. Those guys are your top wide receivers in the game, and he happens to play with Puka. And Puka, if you ever watch Puka gets about 15 targets a game, like just stupid numbers. And Matthew Stafford, to be at his age, he's still throwing the ball 4,000 yards. He's still getting you 4,000. So,
I struggled with what to do with Matthew Stafford. Remember, at the end of last season, I said I'm not falling for the okie doke anymore because I keep saying they keep talking about Matthew Stafford being injured, but every year he comes in and he balls out like bananas numbers. Last season, he put up. He put up 4,707 yards, 46 touchdowns. I had to double check that. I said that's gotta be some sort of glitch.
Bro, like, what are we doing here?
That's not possible.
I told you.
But he did it. And can he do it again? Probably. But I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna backtrack on myself though, and I am gonna go for the okie doke because there's no way he puts up those times. He pulled up, the only time he's been close to that, and since he's been with the Rams, was I think the first or second year that he threw 41 touchdowns, and the very next season I think he threw like 20 something. My guess is this 46. The numbers blew my mind. If he had thrown like 37, 38 touchdowns, I probably would have him higher. But I saw that 46, and I was like, that's crazy.
Let me ask you this: if he was younger,
if he were younger.
He's up in age. He's about
He
36,
old.
I
Yeah.
think. If Matthew Stafford was 5 years younger, right?
Yeah.
Would he be in that top three
Oh, he would
for
be in
you?
top one. If he was a young man, I would be all Matthew Stafford because he. We talked about how. Here's another point I wanted to make. We talk about how sometimes rushing yards get um, inflated in fantasy football for quarterbacks. You want this rushing. Matthew Stafford was, depending on your league, number 2, number 3 in fantasy football for quarterbacks. Do you know how many rushing yards he had?
Not many.
One. That,
Told you.
that's not an
Not
average,
many.
by the way. That 1 yard per game. He had 1 rushing yard the entire freaking season,
Not many.
and he killed it. Like I said, if he was, I'm kind of holding his age against him, and I'm also holding the fact of that 46 number is just ridiculous. He threw 46 touchdowns. Nobody else even threw 40. No one even threw 35. 34, I think, is the second highest number of touchdowns thrown last year. So I'm like, there's got to be some regression. So I punished Matthew Stafford, I think, a bit more than I needed to. I still have him coming in
why.
I still have him in my top 10. But my number 3, you might not like this one. Drake May. I'm all in on Drake May.
Wow.
Did you see him last year?
You see who they played last year.
They're gonna
That
have
schedule was
they're gonna have a
terrible.
tougher schedule for certain after
geez.
reaching the Super Bowl. But he threw for over 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, and he gave you 450 with his legs.
Wow.
Like I said, I love what he does. I love the way they're trying to build the next Patriots dynasty. Even though I hate the Patriots, they're doing something there, and I think it continues with Drake May. For me, he's top 3 in my too early list. Like you said, got time to change this later, but right now I'm all in on Drake May.
Now let me ask you, who's he throwing to?
Not Stephon Diggs.
I'm just saying. I'm answering the question. Who's he throwing to?
They picked up, was it DJ DJ that went there? DJ Moore went to Buffalo. That's right. He went to Buffalo. They did pick up somebody who's a slouch, but they have a new number 1. I'm trying to remember. Let me get back to it, or I'll have our producer look it up for us. But they did. They're making some free agency moves.
I'm not mad at it. And the thing is, people may leave me like, well, that's a hate move.
You are a hater.
Jay know how it works. I'm more of a veteran guy. I don't like first year, second year type of quarterbacks because I had a bad year one year where I did that, and it just didn't work out for me. So I try to stay away from younger quarterbacks, especially in their first couple of years. I stay away from them.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not a bad move. I just feel like the schedule that they had last year.
Oh, Romeo Dobbs is who I was thinking of, by the way.
That's
Thanks
not a
for
great
the help
pickup,
on
by
that.
the way.
Oh, I was just getting there.
Yeah.
It's
not a
great
bad
pickup,
one.
but
It's not a bad one. They're
Romeo
not
Dobbs,
finished. There's still some time left in free agency to make some trades.
I guess, but Romeo Dobbs has never had over 800 yards. So if you look at the numbers, I would say what? He's never had over 9,000 or 1,000 yards.
I don't think they're finished.
I get it. I mean, look, I'm good with that because I feel like the schedule is going to be harder this year.
It will be.
And he's going to have to throw a little bit more. I'm just concerned that Romeo Dobbs also misses a lot of time. He's hurt all the time.
That's fair.
So I think that's one of my biggest concerns with that is the injury part of it. Is because Romeo Dobbs is never there. But if he's there, he is a consistent touchdown catcher. That you can say about him.
Yeah.
He's like most games he's catching 2 touchdowns, but the yards are never there. And I think going to New England is probably a better opportunity for him because he will get more targets.
Do you think there's any truth to the rumors that the Patriots are looking at A.J. Brown, who has been less than pleased, I would say, in Philly?
I believe it because the coach there was his original coach of Tennessee, and they have a relationship. So I can see that happening. But Philly is going to want like 2 first-rounders and something else. They're going to want something else outrageous.
But would that be enough to get you on the Drake May wagon?
It will because it's like Diggs made him. The first year Drake May was there, he didn't look great. The second year when Diggs out there, he actually had a number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So getting the AJ will give him that. I will believe a little bit more because he has a number one receiver. So yes,
Okay.
that does kind of will convince me a little bit more. It's just, do I say Because to me, it's like, and my next one is coming up, but
Yeah.
but it's like the DJ Moore trade. DJ Moore reminds me of the initial Stephon Diggs trade
Yeah.
when he came from Minnesota. Because if you watch DJ Moore last year, the last 2 years, matter of fact, he didn't get a lot of targets from Caleb Williams because that wasn't his thing. Caleb didn't give him the ball quite a bit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna get that in Buffalo way too much in Buffalo. He's gonna get about 10 targets a game in Buffalo. So I
Yeah.
can kind of see that working. AJ Brown would definitely make the Patriots a better team. They just need to get him first.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. So who's your four?
I'm gonna show some love to this guy because he never gets credit for nothing. Um, Jared Goff.
I like that.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff. He gets overlooked constantly. But he throws 4,000 yards every year. Every year, and it's to the point where people like we being drafted, he go like second round, and I'm thinking to myself, Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback, maybe a top five for real, because of the weapons he has. So it's like if you don't like, you got to know fantasy football to know that this guy, he's consistent. He throws 4,000 a year. He has the offense around him, and he got the weapons around him. St. Brown is a top five tight end in anybody's conversation. So for me, it's you have to put Golf there
Yeah.
at four. You got to for me.
I love him. I mentioned earlier that the number one in touchdowns was Matthew Stafford, and I said no one else was close. The highest was 34. Jared Goff was that 34. So
Some love, man.
so he's the second one, and he's another one I had high on my personal rankings. I'm mad that you said it out loud because part of the way I did my 10 was I was thinking of where people were gonna want to try to draft him, and Jared Goff is just not that sexy name. So you're right, he gets overlooked a lot, and hopefully you're not gonna bring enough attention to it that he falls a bit more. Because I love drafting. I draft Jared Goff every time I get a chance.
Yeah, let me tell you something. In our draft every year, Jared Goff he honestly should be.
He should be top 5.
Easy.
But he can get him at the end of the first, beginning of the second.
Crazy, man.
Jared Goff is he's my secret weapon. Like every time I see him still hanging around, or if I'm in the back of the draft, I'm drafting Jared Goff because he's that.
Because honestly, Jared Goff. Now I could be wrong, but I don't think Jared Goff has had a really the one bad game that I seen him have where he threw like 4 interceptions, but he came back and threw like 4 touchdowns that same game. So I don't ever remember in the last couple of years Jared Goff having a bad game.
He'll have some games where he kind of disappears a bit, but they're never right. Because for instance, there was a game of Prudential last year. They were winning so much with another player that we'll mention later that they didn't have to throw the ball a lot. And that's they were basically running people out the building with their two-headed monster at running back. So Jared Goff did like absolutely nothing that entire game. But like you said, the following game he needed to throw the ball.
Put him like 3 something.
Yeah. so you kind of got to take it and leave it sometimes. But overall, Jared Goff is that dude. And
I don't see how you get overlooked.
I don't appreciate you giving the sauce away because now I might not.
Man, you know what? I ain't gonna say I'm gonna try to be a little bit more outgoing this year with these guys, but I'm just saying like this is a way too early, and the list could change.
Yeah,
depending on like people's preference and all that things. But we'll see because when we put the actual list out that we're gonna do, a lot of that could change. To be honest.
Yeah, but Jared Goff, I like the pick. I struggle again with where to put him, just like Matthew Stafford. So I have him a little bit lower, but he's still in my top 10. My number 4 is a guy that you mentioned, and I thought I was putting him early, Dak Prescott. And we said everything we need to say about Dak again. Hey, they're gonna be singing. He has 2 bona fide #1 wide receivers. Looking at the time, I don't know
all
if
you
we'll
need.
get the wide receivers tonight, but I struggle with what to do with those 2 because CeeDee Lamb didn't play a lot last year, still put up numbers.
Yeah.
George Pickens was that dude last year. He's got 2 solid ones.
Hard, like, because I was
Yeah,
just telling somebody the other day, I was like, it used to be where you get Pickens late, not late,
yeah.
but later
But you could get him.
in
Yeah,
the draft. But now that's gonna change.
with the Steelers, yeah, you could grab him late. With the way this offense went, don't look
No,
for that.
no, he might go before CD in
It's
some
possible.
cases.
It's
So
possible.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. My only thing is, when you going, the only way you're able to get both is if you go back to back.
The only
You had to go
yeah.
literally back to back to get them.
I was gonna say the only way that you get in both is if you had them in Dynasty because no, you got to be crazy to let somebody walk away from a redraft league with CeeDee Lamb and like I said, unless they in that back to back pick area when they
Go back to
gonna
back to
jump
get
high
him.
for him.
That's the only way
But
it
the
can
thing
work.
is, I don't see CeeDee Lamb as far as wide receivers. I don't see him falling, and this is not in the 2 quarterback kind of league, but in
It's
a
just any league.
but in the other league, I don't see CeeDee Lamb lasting past maybe the second round if you are concerned about his injuries last year. But I don't think that's
No,
going to
I
be a
ain't
concern
about to
for
concern
anybody.
with that.
CeeDee Lamb
No.
is a top 3 or 4 wide receiver easily. And George Pickens is making a case to be that very same thing. So
Yo, he's a real 1B, bro. Like, I mean, a 1A.
hey, I'm about to say they both 1As to me. They are serious.
Like, on some, I'm like, okay, 1A is real. And the thing is, they're gonna give him the ball no matter what. So
Yeah.
I think Dak, where you got him at is fine. And I think which really, where I got him at, a lot of people gonna look at it like it's crazy because it's too high. But where you got him at is probably reasonably where he's gonna be at, honestly, because they're gonna look at the fact it's Dak, and they ain't even gonna think about the other stuff that come along with it.
Remember that year? This was a few years ago. We put out a list and we had Dak Prescott. We didn't even have him that high, but we had him like the top 5.
Bro,
And we
let me
got
tell you something.
so much noise
It's
for
funny.
that.
I was just remembering that, and it got so bad that I forgot to, because I was logged in as the R&J page,
Yeah.
and then I started arguing with somebody, and I got to my own personal page, and you was like, "Yo, is that your?" The dude was like, "Did you make this list or something?" I was like, "Yeah, I made this list." And then I caught myself, and I was like, "Oh snap, yo, I'm using my personal page."
I remember.
I was like, Lord, I remember that day.
But didn't
'Cause I
Dak
woke up-
put in work that year? That's all I'm saying.
Look, it was a Saturday morning, and I remember I called you. I was like, "Yo, this Jay's blowing up this morning. Like, I don't know what this list was, but this." I said, "Yo, this list is blowing up crazy." And we just was going in, talking to the people, and they was like, "Man, this list is stupid. Y'all got Dak up here this high." And I was like, "We made this list, man. We are talking about." I was going in. I was like, "Yo," he was like, "You must have something to do with it." I said, "I did." Leave me alone.
Yo.
So no, I'm gonna go at 5. This is where Josh Allen comes in for me.
Okay.
But I know again somebody gonna take Josh Allen a little bit higher. It's just for me, I'm thinking from a passing perspective
Right.
that these guys are gonna, because I'm looking at points. Points win everything. I don't care what you say. Josh Allen can get, but the only issue with Josh Allen, some games, I'm not gonna say he don't show up, but he's not needed. And he may get you 100 yards passing, but he might get you a little bit on the ground, but it's not much to say. Because I've seen Josh Allen give you 20-something points in a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, man, really? This is what we doing?
Yeah.
But these other guys, they throwing them 300 yards a week, and it's like, yo, I wish
You
I
got
had
some
the guy this week.
stinkers.
Yeah, he got a few stinkers,
You got
but
some stinkers.
yeah, but you know, I got him at what 6,
You
right
said
now,
5.
so
You're at 5.
5. I got him at 5, so not bad, honestly. But you know,
#1, but I'll let you have it at 5.
yeah,
My number 5 goes to a guy we talked about already, Joe Burrow. So I won't sing his praises again. The main thing is Joe Burrow, please be healthy, because
yeah.
I don't think it's CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens good, but Jamar Chase, T Higgins is pretty close up there.
Close
With that
enough, I
one.
tell you
So
that.
if you got both of those guys to throw to, you should do work. Just cross your heart and do some Hail Marys or whatever you need to do to pray that
Yeah.
he's healthy. Because if Joe Barrow's
Whatever
healthy,
you need to do.
he's definitely in the top. I only have him at 5 again because of the injury history. He could probably easily be higher on this list. Who's your 6? I can't wait to say my 6.
Tough.
I think you're gonna trip out on me on 6. But what you got?
This is a tough one, right? And I thought about this for a minute, right? I was like, do I put him here? Or do I? Because I can't put him no lower than this. It's against my religion to put him lower than this. I can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Can't do it. Can't. I don't care which nobody say, but I'm going Patrick Mahomes.
Interesting.
Now,
Okay.
the biggest question about Patrick Mahomes is this:
Mm-hmm.
is he starting Week 1? That's the question. That's one question. And number 2 is because honestly, I believe in their receiving corps. I like Worthy,
Okay.
and you know, I love my other guy. My guy, that's my guy over there.
Rasheed
So,
Rice, if he can,
Rasheed Rice is my guy.
stay out of
I love
trouble.
Rasheed Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part he needs to do. But I feel like what you see from Patrick Mahomes
Right.
last year, from a running aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he ran a little bit more than he
Oh, yeah.
normally would. Now I don't know if he's gonna do that with the addition of Kenneth Walker. But I feel like you cannot put him lower than 6. I'm sorry. Anything lower than that is against the rule, man.
I broke the rule. I don't even have Patrick Mahomes in my top 10 this year, and it's 100% because now I will say in your they said that knee injury isn't as bad as they initially thought. I still don't have belief he's coming back Week 1. I don't think you pick up.
I don't either.
I don't think you pick up Justin Fields, who, by the way, obviously is not going to be in our too early list. But as much as Justin Fields hurt me last year, because I drafted Justin Fields in several leagues where we had 2 quarterbacks, burnt me to death. I'm intrigued. I will say we'll save it for another show, but I'm kind of intrigued by Justin Fields and the time that he'll have. I'm thinking.
Chilling, man. Come on, man.
I'm thinking we're.
At it, man.
I think we're gonna be fortunate if we get Mahomes Week 6. I think it's gonna because he got hurt near the end of the season. It's a knee. I can't see it. I can't. Now I will say you're gonna get Patrick Mahomes lower this year than you ever will in his history of his career because of that injury thing. I'm not mad at you for having him this high. I honestly thought about whether I should put him in my top 10, but I was like, I don't believe.
Put him in your top 10. Oh, it's against the religion not to put him in your top 10.
I can't do it. I can't do it just because I don't know if I don't. The knee scares me.
Is it the injury and you don't know
It's
when he's
100%
coming back?
the
Is
injury.
that what it is?
It's the 100% the injury and not knowing if I'm going to have him for even half the season. I'm thinking you will, but that's why this is a too early list. I'm putting all injury. Hopefully, by the time we get near July, we'll have some more information, and maybe,
All right.
just maybe, I have them a little bit higher.
Look, okay. Look, I'm not gonna argue that point with you. So I ain't mad at that. I get it. I get it. You got to think about the injury, but let's play a scenario now, right?
Okay.
Okay. You know the rules. You're picking at 9, for instance, right?
Uh-huh.
Sitting at 9, Patrick Mahomes still sitting there. You got 2. You know you got 9 and 12. What you doing? I mean, Mahomes is there at 9 for you. You leaving him there?
If Mahomes is there at 9, do I leave him there?
Do you leave him there?
That is a tough one this year. Jeez. I think I did.
Do you leave him there? Because think about it. You're not leaving him there at 9, bro. I know you're not leaving him there at 9 because if you get him, even if you get him back week 6, week 6, and then you still at some point Now the question is, you're gonna have to go get Justin Fields.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
at
say
some
this, I said I'm intrigued by Justin Fields, and I would, if you draft Patrick Mahomes, who you will draft before you draft Justin Fields easily, you got to go
Yeah.
immediately. So if I'm getting Mahomes at 9, my 10 is gonna have to be Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it
No,
could be
but
Justin
that would
Fields.
be
I mean,
12. You would be
oh,
12
the
would
9
be
years
like,
is before
and
that.
the snake is 12. So if you're doing Justin
So
Fields, will have to be 12.
then I gotta hope that no one else is gonna see my weakness. That's a tough one. That's why I have.
But I don't agree. I don't agree
Yeah.
with that because I feel like if you can get, because I still would go get a second quarterback, not Justin Fields, because there's still some other quarterbacks that's going to be there that can start the season for you. That's not named Justin Fields.
Okay.
That's not named Mahomes. Like in the
Okay.
back end. So I do see that. It's enough. I ain't gonna say bad quarterback, but
But
it's
there's some
enough
fill-ins
quarterbacks
you
from
can
25 to 32 that can fill in for you for the 5 weeks. It's there.
Yeah.
So you can't leave them there at 9.
I don't know.
You can't leave them there at 9. You can't. It's impossible.
I think I leave him there at 9. I don't know.
Wow.
Look, I'm not in the draft yet, so don't hold me to this. But right now, I say this. In March, Patrick Mahomes scares me too much to put a lot of draft capital in him.
Okay.
Maybe July, I'm seeing him move around a little bit, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
I say, and this may not mean a whole lot, but I think if he's going to be out, if they believe he's going to be out for most of the year, Travis Kelce may not have come back this year. I think they're coming back because they think there's a chance that they have him for a good amount of the season, and they can maybe make a run at the Super Bowl. There's a lot to like about Mahomes, but I can't do it.
That's all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. I would give you that. At least, if that's the case, then yes, because Travis wouldn't have came back for no apparent reason, just to
Right.
come back. He got to know Patrick playing, man. Dude, come on, man. You know that.
Yeah. Well, we are at, that was 6.
Yeah.
Here's my, now I'm gonna keep mine what it is. My 6 is in that division. Is the young guy up and coming, and they just gave him Jalen Waddle to go with Cortland Sutton. I am
knew you
all
was gonna do
in
it.
on the Bo Nix straight. Look, I'm going with youth this year, which I had Drake May earlier.
can't do
I'm
it.
going Bo Nix. I said I like guys who sling it. You know how many times Bo Nix threw the ball last season? 612. Led all quarterbacks in attempts. And now you give him bona fide studs at wide receiver.
Okay.
He was just below 4,000 yards last season, and he threw 25 touchdowns, ran for 356. So, again, he's the guy. He's not Lamar Jackson going to get you 800, 1,000 yards, but he's going to be mobile enough to move when he needs to move. He had 5 rushing touchdowns to go with the 25 touchdowns he threw. Bo Nix is that dude, and I didn't even like Bo Nix when they drafted him to the Broncos. I thought it was a bad draft pick. I'm saying right now I was wrong. Broncos, let's ride.
Look, I will say this. I can appreciate, because I would tell y'all this, right?
I'm getting booed over here by the AFC West fans.
I can tell y'all this, right?
She doesn't like Denver.
So look, I can tell y'all this. We normally, which I can appreciate this, we normally agree.
We have not agreed hardly at all.
I would say
we got the same players.
100%.
But we think very differently about them.
Yeah, 100%. I would say 100% of times we agree on the same list. It's always counting down the same thing.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate this tonight because it's showing a different side of us to the people, which is cool. I like that. But I don't like that. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell me why you're wrong.
I'm not wrong because I had Bo Nix last year. So
Uh,
I'm gonna tell you why you wrong.
okay.
Bo Nix is the consistent slow start.
Yes,
That is his biggest
that is
flaw
the
that he
flaw.
has right now. Bo Nix, the first two quarters are I ain't gonna say horrible,
But
but I'm gonna say not
yeah.
the greatest. Now, if you're telling me third and fourth quarter when it's time to actually go
Uh,
win the game, he's gonna throw the ball.
by the way, hold up. I'm gonna interrupt you for just a second. If you feel that about Bo Nix, you're gonna love my next pick. But go ahead.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Keep going.
Jeez. Bo Nix is a consistent slow starter. Period.
Uh-huh.
Point blank. We ain't even gonna ask that question.
No,
I
no
had him last
arguments.
year. I know the man would have 10 points at in the halftime, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? He'll turn around and finish with like 50 or 60. All from because they throw the ball so much to stay in the game in the third and fourth quarter. It don't make sense. So I don't like. Okay, I love the move for Waddle. Don't get me wrong, love
Hmm.
it.
Him, Sutton. They got some other
Sutton is
young
big.
guys. Your guy Marvin
That's
Mims,
cool.
who you love.
Marvin Mims.
Uh,
I like that.
Pat something. I forget the name.
R.J. Hampton. They got some pieces out there for him. Problem is, he's not be a slow starter. He ain't do it.
Not arguing
Ain't
with
do
that,
it.
but I'm gonna say youth. He gets better with
Okay.
this year coming up, and we're gonna see some stuff happen.
Okay.
We'll find out.
If you say so now, I mean, this your guy now. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna go a different route.
All
Okay.
right, who you got at your 7?
I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield at
Okay.
second. I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield for a reason because if you look at how many receivers he lost last year and to injuries and everything else,
True.
he still threw for 543 attempts, 343 completions. He
Mm-hmm.
still almost had 3,700 yards and 26 touchdowns. So just imagine
Oh,
him
and
having
382 with those legs. Three.
yes. And so
Mm-hmm.
just imagine him having a full complement of weapons there.
Full.
Full because God was going to be back this year,
Mm-hmm.
and you got Abuka, who's
Uh-huh.
going to be there, and they got another rookie receiver that did a little work, Nick Mullen. So they
Mm-hmm.
got some weapons there. Losing Mike Evans is big. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Listen, I give you that. But Mike Evans only had 800 yards. I don't think he had that last year. Less than 800 yards last year because of injury. The last 2 years, he's been hurt, consistently hurt with a high ankle sprain injury. So it's not the same Mike Evans that you're getting from 5 years ago. So Abuka is the number one.
Yeah.
Godwin is your slot. McMullen is your wide. So at the end of the day, let's be real now. If he would have had those guys the whole year, because we never seen Abuka, we see him emerge out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Second year round,
Yeah.
now it may be different. And he's the guy. You got to put him there because he's there. He's seven for me, man. Sorry.
I love me some Baker. I said last season, Baker's not even in my top 10 this year.
God,
I-
boy.
I think, look, we need the third man. I'm going to put out the bet signal to have him join us on some of these way too early
he would have jumped. He
picks
would have been
early.
on my side on that one.
because I think you're going to lose something without first ballot Hall of Famer Mike Evans on
I'm
that
not
team.
saying you're not gonna lose anything. I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they ain't gonna miss a beat. They might miss a little.
They're going to miss a beat.
bit. bit.
Now, like you said, they
Little bit.
missed because you mentioned the injury that Mike Evans. They went. I think this helps them that they didn't have him a lot last season, and
So,
it was the first time in
that's
his
why they let
career
him
he
walk.
didn't get 1,000 yards. And this was going back to high school. First time he didn't get 1,000 yards because he was injured and missed so much time. So they learned how to play without him. So I think that's going to benefit in the long run. But I struggle with this. As I'm saying, I'm struggling with a lot of these. Baker,
You are.
I didn't. So I don't have that same faith in Baker Mayfield without first ballot Hall of Famer Mike Evans. I said you're
But
not gonna let.
you do know Mike Evans was missing the first
Yeah, he missed
8 games
yeah,
last year.
they
Abuka
missed
was
him a
doing
lot
work.
last year, and
Okay,
he
all
still
right.
did work. I don't see
Okay.
him doing as much work this year. But who I do like, and I know
Oh
you're gonna
Lord.
feel me on this one. There's no
Uh,
slower starter, but bigger finisher than Mister gonna be 4,000 yards for the first
Lord.
time in the history of this franchise. Did you watch him in the playoffs, Caleb, the Iceman Williams, baby? Hey, Caleb threw for
Lord.
568 attempts. He was only 58 yards short of the
Lord.
4,000 mark that no one has ever done in Chicago. This is going to be his second full year in this system. Watch out for the coming out of Caleb Williams. You are going to
Lord have
be
mercy.
so. I'm going to have the hater cam on you the entire
Oh
2026
my
football season.
God.
My 7 pick, my man Caleb Williams. You can hate him all you want to. My man is going to produce. I
You
missed the
really
fact
hold
that
on.
DJ
You
Moore's
really
not there, but I think this is going to just open up Romeo Odunze. He has 2 solid tight ends. You got Luther Burden, who's going to blow up in this next year. Watch out. The Bears are going to make some noise. There you go.
you really gonna ride? You really gonna ride
I'm-
this train to the end?
Has it let me down yet? Caleb Williams has had a phenomenal start to his career.
Are you really gonna
Phenomenal.
ride this train to the end? Like seriously?
I'm
Like-
riding it to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Like I said, if I'm ever
you-
going to give up my Raiders fandom, it would be for the Chicago Bears.
you and this Caleb stuff, boy, is serious business, man.
He produces.
Lord, it's serious business. You're really in tune with Caleb. Look, but you know what? I can't even be mad at you.
Did you
At least
I
you
just say
sticking to your
again,
guns.
did you watch the playoffs? Did you see what he did in the playoffs?
He did.
If that didn't make you a
Ain't gonna lie,
believer,
I did.
I don't know what to do with you.
I mean, he still throws some erratic passes. I'm just saying.
Yes. But they
I
win.
mean, okay, all right, I give you that. I mean, that's a tough one, man. For me, that's a tough one.
Look,
Okay.
we'll put Baker up against Caleb Williams to see who has the better 2026.
Oh, Baker's gonna have a definitely better.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
We might have to have an R&J wager on this one.
Hey, I'm there for that. If you need that, you know how I roll now.
Who you got at 8?
I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna show him some love. Lamar is definitely a little low on my list.
A lot of low, but go ahead.
A little low on my list, but you know, because I'm not into the running quarterback, which I'm more for 4,000 yards. So
Okay.
again, if I was in a situation where I was picking 8 or 9, and he was still sitting there, then yes, you gladly you take him at that point.
He ain't going to be there.
He ain't gonna be there. Most time he's not there in our draft.
Yeah.
So he's normally gone way before that. But again, I would take him at that point. Now I wouldn't take him any earlier than that. To me. But we already spoke about tomorrow.
Yeah. Like you said, there's only one 4,000 yard season. I will give you that. But there's been several MVP seasons, and honestly, he should have had a third one. I love him, and I think he has to bounce back after last year. So I'm looking for a big year. Who I have we're at what 8.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to put this guy a little bit higher, but I couldn't justify it. I think he had a bit of a breaking out last year. Trevor Lawrence hit over 4,000 yards. He threw 560 attempts, 29 touchdowns, ran for 359, and he had 9 rushing touchdowns. The leader of quarterbacks was Josh Allen with 14. Trevor Lawrence was second with 9. I think he continues to blow. Brian Thomas has to be better, right, than he was a year
That's
ago.
if he's there. What are you talking about?
If he's there, right. You're right about
that. Lord. He could be gone by the time.
He could be
no,
gone.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that because I honestly was going to say, my next pick would have been Lawrence at 9. So I got him a little lower.
Yeah.
But I do think, honestly, if you ask me, Brian Thomas is not there. I think what they do is they move Travis Hunter completely to wide receiver.
That
Honestly,
would
in my opinion,
okay.
they should move him completely to wide receiver, and he needs to play DB in certain situations,
Okay.
but
Uh,
not half and half. I
not
wouldn't do
happen.
half and
Okay.
half.
I can respect
I
that.
I can't. I understand he wants to, and I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like that's why he got hurt playing both sides. If I'm look complete because if you think about last year, second half he did start to come on as a receiver at that point. So
Yeah.
I think between him and the boy they traded from y'all are gonna be
Yeah.
a good combination as far as receivers. Now, not
Yeah.
the best, obviously, but you're gonna get good numbers from both of them.
You mentioned who they got from the Raiders, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Um, do you see him? Do you in this equation if they move Bryce Thomas? Do you see Travis Hunter or Jacoby Myers as the one in that?
Jacoby Myers because Jacoby Myers has. I'm not saying he's a natural one.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been a one on a team. Period. I think Travis Hunter is
He's been a
best.
default one. I would say.
That's what I'm saying. He's been
Yeah.
a one on most teams because of
Yeah.
that. Because he was the best receiver in
Yeah.
that group. Now, but if you ask me for that team, it would be more of a not a 1A, but more like a 1B situation where Travis Hunter can be a good receiver. I think he needs to work more at it
Yeah.
because he played both sides, and I think he's a great athlete. I
Mm-hmm.
just think he needs to work on route running a little bit more from
And
that perspective.
I'm with you, and I mentioned it. I can't remember. I think you were kind of in on this as well. But I said last season, I think they need to start him at one or the other, and gradually move him along to being a two. You draft him because his potential to play
Mm-hmm.
two ways, but that doesn't mean you have to do it out the box. And I think that's
Well,
the mistake they did last year with not letting him develop a skill at one and then try. Because Deion Sanders played two ways, but not initially. Deion
not
Sanders had to
initially,
work
no.
into becoming a wide receiver, and I think that's probably the path they should have followed with Travis Hunter as well.
But the difference in Dion maybe played around about 5 or 6 snaps.
Yeah,
We're talking this guy's
He's
coming
been
off the
forced-
field on defense and going right back on the field on
Yeah.
offense. To me, that doesn't. To me, if you play, I say strictly on offense because of the speed that he gives you.
mm-hmm.
Like he's very fast. So if you
yeah,
a go route, a post route,
yeah,
he's gonna smoke the corner no matter what. So Jacoby Myers is more of a possession receiver
that's
who
fair.
can kind of go across the middle, take the top off. He's a little bit taller than actual Travis Hunter. He's like 6'4",
Yeah,
something like that. He may be 6'3", 6'4". So I think it's a good combination. Brian Thomas just doesn't fit in nowhere because when you have a Jacoby Myers and you have a Travis Hunter who are both outside receivers,
yeah,
Brian Thomas can't play in the middle. He's not a slot receiver. So I think moving him is probably the best bet for them, to be honest with you. So I like Trevor though. I think Trevor deserves to be in his top 10. Now, does he go top 10? Because a lot of people, preference-wise, might not look at him as a top 10 receiver. For me.
Mm.
So it just depends, really, if you look at him that way. All right, so he was my 9, so you got to give me a 9.
My next guy is a person you had earlier, Matthew Stafford. I said he was going to
Why
make
so
it.
low?
I said he was. Same reason you have Lamar Jackson so low.
I mean, we talking 47 touchdowns. What are we talking about here?
We talk about 47-year-old quarterback. I know. He's
got
not that old.
47 touchdowns. What are we talking about?
He
47 touchdowns.
I hate to throw the age at him, but that 46
He
touchdowns
did
to me.
it.
I said I hate to do it. I didn't say I'm not gonna do it. I hate to do it. But I that 40, like I said, that 46 is peak quarterback play. I don't believe he can do it 2 years in a row. He hasn't done it
Even
2
if
years
he
in a
went
row
back
before.
down to 36, that's still better than
What if he dropped, like last time, what if he drops down to 25 or 22?
I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening.
We'll find out.
I think that's happening.
We'll find out.
But I don't think that's happening.
All right,
I
round
feel
out
like
your 10. Oh, no. I thought you were done. Go ahead. What you feel about him?
I don't think that's happening just because of the fact that I think he's he's a thrower. They're gonna throw the ball regardless, man. It's too many opportunities not to throw the ball. So I just feel like at the end of the day, they're gonna be throwing, bro. So it don't matter. But I'm gonna round off my 10, and he started hot early, but he cooled off
Yeah.
later in the season. And I feel like they need another weapon because I know he can do. I've seen this guy do 45. I see him do 46. I'm gonna say Justin Herbert to
Okay.
round off the 10, because he has one weapon. He needs a second weapon, in my opinion. Because we know Justin Herbert, because he started 300 yards. Because we had this conversation last season when it started, where he just started going like, because we thought it was going to be more of a running offense, and it wasn't. It was a passing offense, and he started throwing for 300 yards, and then he just started cooling off as the season went along. But I think he can get back to that point. I think he missed a few games, but he can get back to that point though. So I got Justin Herbert at 10.
I have Justin Herbert outside of my top 10.
Man,
But listen to who I have in his place at 10. Someone you mentioned earlier, Jared Goff. I can't go the top 10 without saying Jared Goff. So I'm not going to put Justin Herbert ahead of him.
You're right. No beef. No beef.
So that's my end, and we said everything there is to say about Jared Goff. I tried to sneak him at the end, being sneaky, so people wouldn't jump in on him too soon. But
that's all right because I had to say it because he's a look. Again, it's gonna happen. People will overlook him. It happens, man. Ain't nothing you really can do about it. People overlook Jared Goff because Jared Goff is a natural pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't do anything else special. He passes the ball. He just got a ton of weapons around him, and that's it. To be honest with you,
I feel you. All right, so we need to try to put together a consensus we can put out. I had in order Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, and Jared Goff in my 10. You had your one was Dak Prescott. 2 was
Dak.
Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
3 went Matthew Stafford. 4 went with Jared Goff. I think your 5 was Josh Allen.
Yes, sir.
If I remember correctly. Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I don't know about leaving him in the top 10. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. Who'd you have 7?
Posted to see what the people think.
7, you had Baker Mayfield. That's right.
Baker Mayfield, yes.
And then 8 was Lamar Jackson.
9 was Trevor. And 10 was
9 was Trevor. And 10 was Justin Herbert.
Yep.
So
it's good.
You got,
honestly, the list is the same. It's just different.
I got 3 of your guys outside of my top 10. You don't have Bo Nix. I'm surprised you didn't say Jaden Daniels. Actually, I was thinking you might go with him as a rebound guy.
I think he's gonna rebound. I can't put him in that.
You can't put him in that. You didn't. Of course, you didn't have Caleb Williams there because you're a hater. But yeah, we had a lot of the same guys in the top 10. 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7. We had 7 guys in common in the top 10. For the ones we have in common, who do we want to make our consensus? I think it has to probably end up being. You had Josh Allen 5, I think. You said?
Yeah.
It's got to probably be Dak Prescott or Joe Burrow.
Gotta be Dak, man. I'm telling you.
Well, before y'all decide, somebody asked about Jalen Hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? I missed a bunch of questions because my screen didn't scroll down with me. Okay, but I see some stuff about Baker Mayfield. Welcome Don to the show. Saw you on Facebook and on YouTube. we got Jalen Hurts. I had Jalen Hurts outside of my top 10
Me too.
because, one, I don't know about this A.J. Brown situation, and I think that can't be great. I do like Jalen Hurts. He's a consistent fantasy producer. He can give it to you with his arm, but he doesn't throw the ball enough. This is why I don't know about the A.J. Brown situation. But he'll give it to you with your legs, and most so he'll give it with you as far as rushing touchdowns. As long as the tush push of some form is legal, I think Jalen Hurts is a guy. He's my dynasty quarterback. But I have him just outside the top 10. I have him at like 12 for me.
I think honestly, and this might sound crazy, but I think AJ Brown not being there because if you look at the numbers, I think the last 5 weeks of the season last year, I think AJ Brown went over 100 yards and they lost, or I think they lost every game or it was close. Every game was close. That he went over 100 yards. So I think the biggest issue with that is you have to force feed AJ Brown to make him happy. I think if you was to get him off the team, I think a lot of that would go back to normal because I think that because the main question is can Devontae Smith be a number one receiver?
Right.
Because that's what the real question will be if AJ Brown is not there. And we all don't know if he can be a number one. He's a great receiver, don't get me wrong. But can he be a number one because the number one draws a double team
Right.
from the safety on the top. So at the end of the day, I don't know if he can be a number one.
He's too small to be a number one to me.
Oh, unless they plan on bringing in another receiver to replace AJ Brown,
Yeah.
what you would see is Jalen Hurts being that running tush push, not even tush push, but he'll be running a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
It'll be that year where he had like 15 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
That's the Jalen Hurts you will probably see, and that works in standard league.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody that wants to know, Jalen Hurts in a standard fantasy football league that counts for running quarterbacks, that is the guy you want right there in the standard league because he covers that all in the standard league. Now in the passing league, not even because I don't think Jalen Hurts ever threw for 4,000 yards. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
So to me, yes, he's outside the top 10. I would say from 12 to 15 because I can think of all the quarterbacks that I would put ahead of him, just in my opinion. Yes.
Yeah, I think until we know what the wide receiver situation is, hard to put him in the top 10. But yeah, 12, 15, I feel like it's going to be too low for most people. But I'm not mad at it. 12 to 15 is probably.
I mean,
you might have some people willing to jump a little bit earlier, but I wouldn't be one of them. I'd say that much.
I mean, you got to think about preference at that point. It's more once you get past 10, not even 5 for real, to be honest with you. It's preference at that point. It's about what do you like and what do you want as a quarterback for your team. Plain and simple. Because obviously your first 5 quarterbacks in any ranking is going to be set in most leagues. PPR leagues anyway. So, which is obviously, like for years past, it's always been Mahomes, Allen, Barrow. Those 3 have always been your consistent 1, 2, 3 every year. And you're always going to have that no matter what. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So, I've given it some thought. Let me see what you think about this.
Okay.
Because I still can't see putting Dak as the one. But I like your Joe Burrow pick. So how about we put Joe Burrow 1, Josh Allen 2, and Dak Prescott 3? Is that close enough for you?
We swap Dak and Allen.
No, I'm not letting Josh Allen go.
You're killing me.
But I will let you pick our 4th player from our individual rankings as my compromise. How about that?
This gonna hurt a little bit, but
okay.
I'm gonna go golf at 4. I know you don't want to hear that because
I'm not
you
mad
don't
at
want
it.
people.
I'm not. Look, like I said, I had golf a little bit low, I think, in my rankings. So I'm fully happy with moving him up because,
Okay.
like I said, I was trying to keep Jared Goff for myself. But
That's why I said you might not like that.
plus,
So,
like
yeah.
I said, I still feel that people don't find Jared Goff to be sexy enough. So if I were in a if I were in a draft with someone giving advice, would I say pick Jared Goff as your fourth quarterback? I would probably say no because you're going to be able to get him later in a draft just because people sleep on him. Now, watch this be the year that no one sleeps on Jared Goff, right? just
I know, right?
because I'm saying it. And then I'm sitting there saying, man, I should have taken Jared Goff earlier.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. So we got Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff. At 5, let me see who you. This is where we went. You went with
Stafford.
Josh. Yeah,
Stafford.
I think that's fair. Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna go Stafford, man. Come on.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Because I had him in my top 10. You had him a bit higher. So I think that's fair. Matthew Stafford, number 5. But since I let you pick that one, I'm going to actually raise the guy since we kind of had him. This is the closest we had for all of our quarterbacks. I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in the 6th spot.
Oh, no.
What?
That is
We're not picking Patrick Mahomes.
Why not? You're killing me right now.
Because he has one good knee.
Oh, my God.
Look, you got to have 2 good knees to be in the top 6.
Okay. I'm not good. Look, you let me get mine. I ain't going to argue with you on that one. That's cool. I guess. I ain't even argue with you. Lord have mercy.
All right.
Let me ask you this. No, let me ask you this question. Hypothetically, right? Let's just put it all out there. Hypothetically. Healthy Patrick Mahomes. Healthy Lawrence. What are you doing? All this
healthy?
Is hypothetically, right?
Healthy is no question. I'm going Patrick Mahomes.
So let's just say Patrick Mahomes is healthy week 1. They come out and say this. Now, I'm not going to hold this list against you because I know it's early. But they come out and say Patrick Mahomes is healthy week 1.
Okay.
Are you changing your tune on Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
As far as long. Okay.
Easily.
I don't want to hear it.
I mean, if they tell me Patrick Mahomes is playing week 1, which I do not believe is happening, he instantly is in my top 4 or 5 at the least. And probably, look, I take him before Dak Prescott if he's healthy. And that's not even a lie. That's...
What?
I want to do the 7th pick myself, but I'm gonna pass it back to you since I threw Trevor Lawrence above you.
No, you can have that. You can have that 7th pick. Go ahead and take that 7th pick, man.
I'm gonna say.
You know what? I want the 7th pick.
You want the 7th?
I want the 7th pick.
Who do we got for 7?
You gotta put Patrick Mahomes there, bro. I'm sorry.
I hate your guts. I knew that's why.
You gotta put Patrick there, man. You can't do this, man. I'm not gonna allow this, people. I can't. Patrick Mahomes on one.
We can't put him at like number 9 or 10 just out of.
No, because this is a way too early list. You gotta.
But you didn't put the dude from the Commanders, and he's hurt. So why Mahomes get on the list?
Why does Mahomes get a pass to Jada? Because it's I guess because Jada Days don't have the resume Patrick Mahomes has.
But he got only one good knee. Come on.
But they both broke up.
They are.
Point. Like, what are we doing here?
Did not go out on the season broke.
He broke. All right, I'm gonna put it down, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Look, you know what?
When we post this list, it's already written. I'm right. We're putting this up there as we go. But I'm just saying, all the hate that comes our way, I'm pointing them in your direction because I'm gonna put my number 8 pick up here.
One thing about it. I ain't afraid of that. That's one thing about it. They better come correct. I tell you that.
I'm putting my number 8 up here, and I know he should be higher. It's Lamar Jackson, baby, because Lamar does work. Who you got at 9? Who we gonna put at 9?
I'm going Baker at 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Baker at 9.
You're making my life hard because I get to pick the 10. And now I got to pick between.
I already know where you're going.
I got to pick between my love of Caleb
or Bo Nix.
and my love of it wasn't gonna
Bo
be
Nix.
Bo Nix wasn't on your list, and neither was my other
All
guy.
right, he can be on your list though.
See, here's the thing. This is our combined list, so it's got to reflect a little bit of both of us. I'm trying to see
Right.
if we have somebody else in the top 10 on both of our lists because we had 7 in common. We did Josh Allen, we did Lamar Jackson, we did Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow. We got
So
Trevor
let's
Lawrence
say,
in there.
okay,
We got Jared
I
Goff. So
got
yeah,
one
no,
for
so
you.
we did all 7 of our in common numbers.
So let's say this. Okay, let's do this to make it fair, right? Let's do this, right?
Okay.
If you could take out one name off this list, because I know who you want to take out. If you take out one name off this list, who you taking off? And I'll give you one of the names I would take off. And then we can kind of square it off and just agree on a player to put in there.
Hold on, wait. Say again.
Just say you want Mahomes off the
no,
list.
yeah, I definitely want Mahomes off the top 10 list.
So if you're taking Mahomes off the list, who are you putting there?
Well, I would just shift this list as we have it constructed up and put Lamar Jackson
Okay,
up there.
so you will move up. You will move Lamar to 7.
Right.
Who would you put at 9? Baker will be set. Baker will be 8.
Baker would be 8. Well, the next name I was gonna say, I was just gonna go with the highest one on my list, and say Drake May. Because
Okay.
I went, like I said, I'm filling my too early list with some youngsters, which you are going with more veterans, it looks like. But I got Drake May that we haven't mentioned yet, Bo Nix, who we haven't mentioned yet, and of course, my man Caleb Williams, who you would never mention.
I'm gonna give you this. I'll give you the 7-8 pick, right? I even give you 9. Give me the 10 and put Patrick there at 10. If that makes you feel,
I'm okay with
makes you feel
Patrick
better.
Mahomes at 10.
put him at 10. It's
right.
crazy to me. Like, resumes do matter at some point, right?
Yeah. And so do broken knees.
Resumes got to matter. Like, I love Jaden Daniels. I got him as one of my, he's on my dynasty squad. But again, Jaden Daniels has been in the league 1 year?
All right. Well, all right. So we got Trevor at 6, Lamar Jackson at 7, Baker at 8. Since we moved Patrick Mahomes to 10, you can fill in the 9th player, and I know you're not going to pick any of my guys. So who are you going with? Justin Herbert? Who's the new 9?
No, you know what? I'm going to say, because I feel like you have Bo Nix too high, personally.
Okay, I'm fair with that.
But I would say Bo Nix at 9.
You gonna say
only
Bo Nix?
because I think Bo Nix has better weapons than Justin Herbert at the moment. That's the only thing I can agree with. He's a slow starter, but he has better weapons right now constructively at the moment than Justin Herbert.
Okay. So it looks like we're gonna only do quarterbacks tonight. So we'll come back with y'all with another. But our top 10 consensus quarterbacks, if you write these down, are Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, and Patrick Mahomes.
And he needs to have an asterisk.
And he needs, and our producers wanted the asterisks about Patrick Mahomes. But those that watch the show get the full benefit of knowing. Watch out for Drake May. Watch out for Bo Nix made it. Of course, Caleb Williams being on the list. I'm still surprised you didn't say Jaden Daniels. I knew for a fact you were gonna have Jaden Daniels on this list.
I mean, I like Jaden Daniels, but I just don't. He's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm looking at resumes, so I know
he doesn't have a long resume.
If Patrick was healthy, because that's what I'm thinking. It's called a way too early list for a reason. We're talking about way too early, so we don't know if Patrick's gonna be right or not. So my tool may change come June and say, you know what, he's out for the first 6 games. Okay, cool. Take him off the list. We can work with that. But
and
right
put Caleb
now,
Williams in his place. I got you on record.
that's fine. Whatever you want to do, you can put Caleb there. I'm just telling you. But if they come back and say Mahomes
Oh,
is going to be ready for week 1,
I'm
best
moving.
believe
He's moving way up.
he's
on
going
the
up to
list.
like 4 or 5 right now,
Easily.
easily. And that's
Easily.
with an asterisk, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just saying. Now I
Subject
will
to
say
change.
this:
What you got?
this list, right? We're gonna catch flack in a few places on this list. I can
Yeah.
tell you that now. Dak is one of them.
Dak is definitely
Um,
one. Dak just gets the hate because.
Period. No matter what.
Yeah.
We should have made Dak number 1 just so we could get some algorithms. Like, just be honest with you. Like, seriously,
Right.
like just to get some. Like, you know, like,
Just look,
Dak?
just for the controversy.
Yo, let me tell you something. We'll wake up tomorrow morning and they'll be like, "What? Dak had 1? Yeah, you right. Dak had 1. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna catch some with Mahomes at 10. A little bit,
A little
especially
bit.
from fans that like Mahomes. And Joe Barrow at 1.
I think we
You
might
know,
get away with Joe Barrow at 1. Actually.
Now with injury.
Yeah, but people tend to overlook Joe Barrow's injury history. I think more than they should. I think we might get away
They
with that.
do.
We
But
might
it's
get
not
away with
fair.
it.
It's not fair that they do because they don't overlook everybody else's injury history when it comes to it either.
Yeah.
Because Joe Barrow has been hurt 4 out of the 5 years he's played.
Yeah.
Or close to it anyway.
At least.
So, yeah. I don't think he's played but 1 full season.
Yeah.
And that's when they went to the Super Bowl.
There it is.
So I'm just saying.
All right.
But again, I like the list. It's
I like
cool,
the list,
but
actually.
I'm gonna tell you like this now. I got ammo for days, so if you come for R&J fantasy football talk, you better come correct because I ain't even logging on as R&J. I'm logging on as Rodney Riddick, and I'm letting you know that. So you better bring the smoke correctly.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm just letting you know.
All right, so we'll post this one. We're going to go live again. Our plan right now is doing every third Wednesday. So join us back here the third Wednesday in April. We'll go through some more. We actually might post some of this as a little short before we go on because we want to really talk the draft the next time we're on for the show. So we'll work this out. Thanks, everybody that joined us. Let us know, of course, in the comments and on social media where your 2 early lists are. Tell us what Rodney got wrong in his top 10, and tell me how genius tell me how genius my list was. In fact, maybe we'll post this list with our individual ones as well, just to spread more of the controversy around. But,
I'm good. Look, controversy sales. I'm just saying.
hey, you gotta have if we don't give a controversy, there's nothing to talk about, right? So,
Controversy sales. Let's get it.
so
I'm with it, all of it. So.
all right. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate your viewing. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Probably should have said that at the top of the show.
Like and subscribe, please. Hey, follow us. You know how to find us. If you got any questions, we here. You know, even if you want to send something to Facebook, we might respond to that too. So we ain't hard to find. So just just definitely
look for us. We'll be here. It's the off season, but it's not too early to start planning for fantasy football. So hit us up with your questions, and we'll get back with you. Thanks. Appreciate y'all. You have a good night. See y'all next time. Peace.